Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how you can complete the extreme type mission for Cell Max and basically, just how you get it done. Now the extreme type mission for Cell Max is, I want to say, kind of you have two variant builds. So you can kind of go the Terrifying Conquerors kind of side of things, which is what I'm doing with a bit of sprinkling of movie bosses. Or you can go the Realm of the Gods, Worldwide Chaos kind of build if you have Zamasu. Now that build's completely different. We're going to be taking a look at that in one of the other extreme type challenges, or one of the other challenges for Red Zone. It's a very strong build. It's very good. You have a couple options there. AGL Zamasu's Easy A will help out that team a lot. Tech is covered by Tech, Zamasu, etc. The reason I say this is because you need a strong team that has a strong unit of each type. So the extreme type mission requires you to have one extreme strength, extreme int, extreme tech, extreme physical, and extreme AGL unit. I don't know why I say physical instead of phi, phi. Anyway, whatever. Point is basically you are going to have one unit of each. And Zamasu's team is great. But on the AGL side, it needs that AGL Zamasu. That'll help them carry. You've got int coverage with Merge Zamasu. Tech's obviously covered by Zamasu himself. Strength is covered okayish by Rose. And then it's just physical. But physical you can cover with some of the other potential options. You can just run any super tanky physical extreme unit, basically, and you should be fine. Now, I decided to run Kula because I wanted to first just use Kula. It's been a while since I've used him, and he's a great unit. Kula is fantastic. His leader skill, Terrifying Conquerors, movie bosses. So yeah, the very decent coverage on that side of things. But yeah, I would say a great unit. A huge offensive power, great defense after super, especially once he gets a couple, 12 keys off. It takes him a little bit of time to build up, which is fine. You'll see that happen quite a lot. It takes him a bit of a moment to get going. But beyond that, outside of that, he's really, really solid. Then we also have, obviously, physical Kula. So I brought physical Metal Kula, and physical Janemba. You don't have to do this. For me, personally, this just felt like the most decent option to do because Janemba is quite solid defensively, links up pretty well with Kula, the strength one, and brings a solid kind of kit to the table with his guard and his defense capabilities. Then obviously the physical Metal Kula brings with him revive and healing, and generally speaking, yes, supers are his weakness, but the Cell Max event doesn't hit supers as high as some of the other ones. So the Cell Max event gives a little bit of credence, to Metal Kula. It gives him a little bit more kind of meat to chew off of because he's not so, swamped down by the ultimates and things like that. So pretty good stuff from him. Outside of that, obviously we have the Int Majunia unit. You can all see here, an incredibly strong unit, a very, very good unit, especially after he gets hit once. He's got all those additional buffs, those gains, those additional super attacks that attacks effective against all types. And he's just, again, very solid, very strong unit, really good. Links are a bit shabby when it comes to linking with this team. It's not like he's got the world's perfect link set to link with all the other units, but he's got big bad bosses, and generally speaking, big bad bosses is usually enough. It's usually around about just enough to make things work for this team. So you don't need a lot to kind of push through and get this done when you have big bad bosses. It's like the crucial thing, because building up key, he's got his key built in. Kula builds up his key after a couple super attacks. And generally the team has ways to navigate their own key issues. As most extreme units are built with that in mind now, especially considering how extreme units link. It's very important. Then we have a floating Tech Janemba. I brought Tech Janemba instead of Tech Golden Freezer because Although a bit finicky to use, I find Tech Janemba to have a very good versatile kit. That ability to provide support, that ability to have guard, the ability to just do a couple added things beyond just tanking decently, I think is something I value in Tech Janemba. Yeah, couple that with the fact that he has guard, the ability to have damage reduction, he can be really, really good. So, yeah, I do fancy Janemba as quite a good pick. I do find him to be very, very solid. I like him a lot. I like him in this floating role especially. Yeah, orbs, will obviously change. With like obviously change a little bit of how he functions. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, he just works well enough to be a great unit. So definitely having a good time with him. I think he really facilitates the team as well when you've got a couple units that are mixed, that are kind of mixed. But yeah, basically all pretty easy. Outside of that, yeah, basic stuff. Team runs more than fine. It's a bit autopilot-y. Rotations are going to be physical Janemba with Cooler. They're also going to ideally be AGL Freezer early on with Cooler, and then potentially switching it up to either physical Cooler once he's built up, or switching it through to the even Tech Janemba is a more than fine kind of pseudo tank. Majunia is also more than fine as well. Not perfect, but acceptable. And this is your big turn. So this is really where you're building up to this physical phase here. This is where you want Cooler to be at his best. You want him to be fully geared up, fully built up, use his active skill, and then he's going to shred through Cell in this turn. So this is the big turn for us. This is where we're going to make or break the run. We're going to do a lot of good damage, hopefully, and Cooler's going to be able to really pretty much shred through either what remains of the Cell Max, or obviously, he'll leave him pretty much in a place where we are guaranteed that win condition. So this is the big build-up. This is kind of what you're aiming for. You can see Cooler really chunking down Cell Max with each and every single super attack. So yeah, it is important. Of course, you can see there all the follow-up attacks are going to be important. Crits are going to be important. The follow-up supers are going to be very important. I wouldn't say Cooler went crazy here. He can do sometimes up to 5 super attacks in a turn. I wouldn't say he went insane here, but I would say he definitely did well enough to put us in the win condition. And that's generally what he does. Between everything, I think he ends up coming out with everything you need for the most part. So yeah, for me, I think it's pretty good. Team ran more than fine. Piccolo did great. Frieza did great. I think it's just the right mix of units to take on the stage and to do very well. Like, they are a tiny bit fragile, but their DPS is very high, so you can kind of clear this event in a decent chunk of time, which for the most part tends to be okay. Toyed with using Janemba's Rage mode to try and score some more chip damage just to secure the win, but I felt it wasn't entirely necessary. Cooler's more than fine. This one, unfortunately, was a couple of super attacks short of using that active skill, which obviously would have been great. But, we got things done anyway. Cooler's really, really solid. These crits are big with Cooler. The crits are really where, like, Cooler goes from being, okay, he's doing damage, he's doing numbers, but the crits are where you really chunk through. And he got it done. So really, really good stuff. Nice clear, a good clear, very solid one. And yeah, that's basically going to be it from me. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Obviously, if you do need any builds, you can give me a shout. Let me know what team you used. Let other people know what team you used. And yeah, but I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, as always, Take care and bye.